What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Marvel's Avengers video, and today I've got another build guide for you, and this is for Black Widow and her full set of Red Room gear. And you can actually earn this easily through doing the epic vaults, and this is one of her name sets, and you can also get this in the epic version through doing the elite heroic hive missions. Now, the only difference between the legendary edition, which I'm going to show you, and the epic edition is going to be that the stats are going to be higher. So instead of getting the legendary with stats in the 40-50 range, you're going to be getting them up in the 60s. So not a huge difference, but still a difference. So just to keep that in mind. But everything else is the same. The perks are the same, and the actual stats that it gives you, as in might, proficiency, things like that, are all going to be the exact same no matter what. The only difference here is you can get a set that has a different type of status damage to it. So the ones that I'm going to show you guys I have are gamma and cryo damage, which I rather enjoy, but everything else is going to be the same. Just keep that in mind, guys, for this build. Now, I will say this: when it comes to these named sets, I do wish that they would add something in to where you got a bonus for using the full set. So if you're using, if you get a bonus for using, 2 pieces or 4 pieces or something like that, as opposed to just getting the basic stuff, because there is better gear that I've found, but you're really using this essentially for your perks and for the stat values that it's giving you. So let's go ahead and take a closer look, guys, and see exactly what this thing is really offering you. And so if you just look over at the overall heroic stats, now the resolve is added, compounded through my ISO 8 as well, so don't look too far into that, but that is pretty high in, you can see in might, proficiency, resolve are some of the bigger ones that it's going to give you. And it doesn't give you any intensity, so no stun, which is kind of interesting. But so you're really going for max willpower. It's more of a defensive, melee, and ranged build. Now, while it is all of those things, it really focuses on doing range damage, but also using your invisibility skill as well. So using Veil of Shadows is going to be a pretty big one when it comes to this, and you'll see right here, guys, because some of the perks in particular really go into the Veil of Shadows skill tree here. So you're guaranteed a chance of landing a critical hit when attacking an enemy from behind while invisible, 15% increased damage when invisibility is active, and then you go up here to the core set, and it's 200% increased willpower regeneration when invisibility is active, and it restores 0.3% of your max willpower when dealing any damage. So that's actually pretty good too, just to have. But again, you got 3 perks there that all go with the invisibility perk, or the invisibility skill rather, for Veil of Shadows. So that's really where you're gonna focus around. So we're gonna try to do everything we can to get our heroic skill back up. It does rebuild pretty quick. Takedowns are gonna have enemies drop heroic orbs, so just keep that in mind as well. So moving back up here, guys, you're gonna see that your fully auto shot deals cryo damage as well as your high caliber shot. So we're gonna focus on using the high caliber for some of those drones that are flying around, and then the close-up full auto for some of the enemies close up on the ground. And not only that, but you'll see I also have used a skill that our grenades do cryo damage as well. So we're going to be focusing heavy on cryo. I love doing cryo. Cryo to get them to slow and freeze is pretty sweet. So we're going to focus on that. And then for our gauntlets, again, for both of these, again, guys, your status effect can be different. So for this, it could end up being plasma or gamma, depending on whatever roll you get. I think I only have one of these in here, but they drop different rolls. See, I've got two of the same gauntlet here, and see, this one does PIM particle damage, and then this one does gamma. So it's really, you can keep trying to get that roll and get a different status if that's what you prefer. But like I said, everything else is the same on these. So our light combo finishers are going to inflict gamma, and our heavy combo finishers are going to inflict gamma. And an interesting thing here is, guys, is that also some of her attacks as well also do shock damage. Not much, but they also inflict shock. So you can throw in quite a bit of different status effects on enemies with Black Widow. So just keep that in mind. So now that we've gone over her gear and seen exactly what it's more focused around and what we're going for, we're going to go over here to the skills. So with our skills, guys, again, since I want to focus on Veil of Shadows, let's look at what I've got on here. So I've got increase the duration of Veil of Shadows 3 seconds and increase critical attack chance by 25%. And then over here we put on increase critical attack chance for teammates cloaked by Veil of Shadows as well. You can throw on one of these other ones. I didn't really care for the rest of them. Increase range of Veil of Shadows, so it's just going to increase the attack chance for teammates as well. So that way even your AI teammates will get a good boost. Or if you're playing with friends, then there you go. And then over here, guys, in our assault category, we've got increase the range of the electric field generated by Widow's Bite. And Widow's Bite inflicts 40% more stun damage, increases the chance to stun enemies. Again, we want to go for takedowns and stuff, so stun damage and trying to get them stunned really quick, which the fully auto shot, as you can see, does that quite a bit. Obviously that does that really well as dealing that cryo, so you'll get them slowed and stunned. It's like a double whammy there. And then for our ultimate, here we go, we got Vanquishing Surge, tongue twister there. Defeating enemies with power surges activate has a 15% chance to drop regen packs. I don't think there was one. I wanted one to have that drops heroic, but it didn't. So that's the one we went with. And then over here, guys, we've got increased stun damage while power surge is active by 30%. So moving over here to our mastery, our intrinsic, we've got the bottom one here, increases critical attack damage while overcharged by 15%. And remember, to stay in overcharged, you have to not take damage, not get hit. Otherwise, it resets. And then over here, we got takedown charge. Takedowns boost an increased amount of intrinsic shadow ops energy by 20%. And then somehow, I don't know what's going on here, but it gave us 2 of them, so we'll read them both. Increase the rate at which heroic energy recharges while overcharged by 50%. And then recover 1 point of willpower when dealing damage when overcharged. Okay, moving on. This is where I was showing you, we've got the cluster, which does a wider range. And then we've got add significant cryo damage to grenades. So when you throw those grenades down, it's going to deal cryo damage to all the enemies in the surrounding area that it hits. So just remember that as well. So then you can hit them with the fully auto or with that and keep doing damage and cryo damage, or not cryo rather, but keep doing your finishers for your melee and give them cryo as well as gamma damage. So you can kind of hit them with a 1-2. And then over here, we got reduced shot recoil by 15%, allowing for a steadier aim. Increased stun damage while invisible by 15%, adding into our invisibility there. Heroic energy recharge 15% while invisible. We're going to try and keep getting it back as quickly as possible. And then increased critical attack chance by 20% for melee attacks while invisible. Now, here's the last set we got right here, guys. And this is performing a takedown spawns a heroic orb. I love this. I've got this pretty much on most heroes that I can find with this. I know Captain America has the similar one. I haven't actually looked to see if the rest of the heroes, I think they all pretty much have this. Performing a takedown spawns a heroic orb, because I always want to get those skills back as quickly as possible. Over here, we have increases stun damage by 15%. So again, we're going to be trying to do as much stun as possible so we can get those takedowns and get our skills back as fast as possible. Veil of Shadows. And then increases damage from light combo finishers or heavy combo finishers by 25%. So everything we're doing is throwing into stunning, getting takedowns, getting our Veil of Shadows, increasing our damage through our melees, our light and heavy, and then our trying to focus on just stunning. And so one main reason you may also think for that, though, guys, is because our defensive rating isn't overly high for later game. So again, I mean, if you got these if these were all 140s and, you know, top, then you would have a higher rating. Or if you wanted to throw that in with your ISO 8, you get a higher rating. But we're really not overly tanky. So you want to try and stay in that Veil of Shadows, not only so that you can get the benefit of the willpower regeneration and the attack increases the crit chance and all that, but you also want to do it to try and as a defensive measure too, to try and help yourself out so you're not getting knocked or anything like that. So just keep that stuff in mind, guys. That is the build. That is what it is. Again, I wanted to do a full Red Room set. I am a little disappointed again that it doesn't give you a gear set bonus. I wish it did. Maybe they'll change that in the future. We'll see, because you could throw in some different stuff here that would be significantly better, or at least statistically better. But we're going for the perks and the damages, the status effects. So that's really what we're using it for. So that is the Red Room gear set, guys. And again, you can get this legendary set through doing elite vaults. It is 100% drop chance per completion. Run straight to the vault, do it, you'll get a set, or you'll get a piece every single time. So if that's what you're looking to get, guys, that's where you can get it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what kind of build you want me to do in the future. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time.